Yo, yo, yo. It's D.Arthur in the building. I'm here to talk to you guys today about ref- refusing women before 25. Semen retention attraction. Now, what does this really mean? Like, am I saying that you can't? See, the thing is, you usually men's brain doesn't really isn't fully optimized, isn't fully grown until after 25 years old. So I mean, that basically means, I mean, there's still a lot of room for growth. They haven't seen everything yet. They're not fully optimized. They haven't fully optimized their lives until maybe 25, 26, and things like that. So the thing is, like, the point of semen retention, if you're doing it, maybe if you're a little bit younger, maybe you're 18 or 24, 25 or something like that, the point of semen retention is to get to a point where your life is very, you're just doing things very fast. You might have a destination in mind, but you're doing things very fast. You're putting a lot of effort in certain things. You might be just throwing something at the wall and then making it stick. You're just going very fast. You're hungry. You want a lot of things to manifest. You're hungry for a higher income. You want different streams of income. You want a nice pristine body. You want to feed yourself with knowledgeable things. You want to be a guru at something. And if you want all of these things, I mean, it would probably be the best way to have these things is to have extra energy, to be able to really manifest these things. Because, like, the thing is, like, if you want the abundant life, you want mansions, you want fast cars, you want a big following, you just want you want passive income, you just want all of these different things. You actually want them. You're not thinking about them, but you're actually, your intention is different from desire. A lot of people want things, but who's really putting the work to acquire these things tangibly? See, the thing is, like, everybody wants all of these things, and the best thing, and the reason why semen retention can help you get these things is because of the extra energy and your mindset, your optimal mindset. Because the thing is, once you relapse, it's like a switch goes off in your brain. And if you do this consistently, and the thing is, if you do this consistently and you're doing it you're doing it with your hand, you're doing it without, like, real interaction with like a real woman, you're doing it with, like, you're fapping, what you're really doing, you're actually sabotaging yourself. Because your brain thinks that you're getting some, and in reality, you're really not getting some. It's synthetic. It's not real. So you keep releasing your seed, and then all of those things that you said you wanted, it just seems like it's a higher thing to climb. It's a higher mountain to climb. It just seems like it's a lot harder to do this, because the thing is, you're off the flow. Because the thing is, like, semen retention and putting consistent work at the gym, at your mindset, your craft, or whatever, it takes for you to be in the flow. And what is the flow? The flow is just like you have a routine that you like, and it's getting better as you go along, and you're in alignment with the things that you desire. And I mean, you can be easily taken off of this by distractions. Maybe you didn't get enough rest the night before. You might have relapsed the night before. You might have stayed up a little bit too late. You maybe went out drinking. You maybe smoked something, and now you're just off the flow. Now because of what happened last night, it affects you the next day. And now you're operating from a lower vibration. You're just tired. You're lethargic. Your goals can be put off somewhere else. You're crawling to get through the day. And the thing is, if you keep doing this, you're not going to get what you want, because you don't have any fuel, any energy, or any intention to really get what you want. So the thing is, like, going on semen retention and putting a lot of effort and energy into like your goals and things that you really want to manifest is actually very essential for a man's life, for a man's purpose, for a man's life. And like the thing is, like, if you go on, if you do this before a certain age, because the thing is, I mean, you don't, because the thing is, before 26, 25, you're still, as a man, you still have a lot of like testosterone and intention like that. And testosterone doesn't really dip until you're like, I guess, your mid or late 30s or something like that. So like the thing is, like, you still have a lot of time until your testosterone levels dip. So like the best thing, if you're younger, so the thing is, if you're younger, the best is just to put in a lot of work into something, so you can have tangible results on the other side of life, because the thing is, an example is, like, a lot of older people, they're living in quiet desperation. They don't have enough of the things that they wish they would have put more work in, maybe when they were younger. They would have saved more money. They would have built something. They would have built an instrument that can create income for themselves, regardless if they're there or not. They maybe wanted something a little bit different, and now they might be in a little bit of regret because they think they might have peaked too early. And the thing is, like, if you're stuck on pleasure, if you're stuck on just like entertaining women who don't really add any value or purpose to your life, you're going to be sucked dry. They're going to take every single thing from you. They're going to take every single thing from you that they can. So like I said, protect who's around you, and only add people who you think can add value, who can help you create more of an authentic life for yourself. And like the thing is, semen retention, it can be used as some sort of phase to get more of what you want. It's the art of delayed gratification. It's the art of delayed gratification, because if you can delay your gratification, if you can delay it for maybe a little bit of time in the future, and you can just get to work now, maybe you can sacrifice maybe 6 months, a year, or 2 years, or whatever, basically how long you need to take to get things that things that need a little bit more effort in you. Your life will be probably a little bit better / easier, a little bit in the long run. See, but the thing is about some guys is that as soon as they get some attraction signals from a woman, everything else is thrown out the window, and they give all of their attention to maybe a woman who doesn't really deserve as much attention as they think they do. Because the thing is, the ironic thing about this, the more successful you are, the more purposeful you are, the more you've really invested into yourself and literally the course of your life, the easier it is when you're a little bit older to get the type of woman that you want. Years longer, the tables have turned. The women aren't really choosing you. You're choosing the woman just because of the person that you have become. So the thoughts of semen retention before 25, and maybe a little bit longer than that. A lot of people are just don't want to do this. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the consistent grind. They don't think things will pay off. And to each his own. But if, like I said, all this is saying is, you put in a work that you usually, just extreme type of work that you usually wouldn't put in, and then later in your life, you can do your relating and things like that. But it would be better to just put a lot of work into something that you really want now, so maybe later your life is a little bit easier, it's a lot more happier, and it just becomes it's well fashioned in all types of life. Because the guys who are consistently relapsing, giving their energy off, they don't have any energy to create anything, to build something, to make their life as magnificent as it really could be. And then later in life, they're probably going to complain a lot more than the person who did the opposite of this, who put in the consistent work now, so later they could get a better result. Because, I mean, the thing is, this society is built off of instant gratification. Everybody needs things now. They need the house now. They need the child now. They need the relationships now. They don't think they haven't explored every single thing. Like, if you can't go, let's say, like 3 to 4 months with just like straight like reading and just straight, if you're a guy, and you just go straight reading, straight self-development, straight spiritual, just walking in your own path, then how can you really entertain someone later in life? Because you don't know what it's like to live alone and still be happy. Because the thing is, relationships, I feel like, are a lot better when both parties are whole, and now they want to be together because they enjoy the time with the person, not out of desperation or lack thereof. Like, if you want to attract somebody, but you're coming from a low vibrational standpoint, you're coming from a lack mentality, it's just going to be a lot harder to keep them around. But if you're coming from an abundant standpoint and you want to dedicate some of your time to somebody that you think that you really want to be invested in, then by all means go do that. But it's just that a lot of relations are just out of desperation and lack, and not really having any purpose. Like, they just think it's what's next. It's what society has fed them, and they just think everything must go according to plan. Everything must go according to plan. If things don't go according to plan, then think there is a problem. And that necessarily isn't the case. Not all those who wander are lost. So yeah, I mean, the point of this video is to take some time sometimes for yourself to really explore things, to really get a deep understanding of some things. And then when the time is ready, I mean, by all means, you can relate, you can co-inherit, you can procreate, you can do things that you wanted to do with other people. It's just that it doesn't have to come from a lack standpoint. It can come from an abundant standpoint whenever you're really, really ready. So yeah, I mean, the title was kind of clickbait, but all this is, like I said, all this is saying is just to make sure that you've explored a lot of things that you really wanted to explore. You found things out for yourself, and now you're creating a life that you really want to have. And then the byproduct is living a life, let's say, of abundance, and then attracting someone who is abundant in themselves. If that made sense. Because the thing, like I said, the thing about relationships, especially if you're a guy, and if you really want more, it might take you off of your grind just a little bit. If the person isn't right, it might be distractions. You just might not have any energy for other things. You might procrastinate too long, and it just may not go anywhere. But like I said, if you retain, if you put in energy, if you explore, and then you finally get what you want, I mean, then by all means, go ahead and do what you have to do, if that made sense. Make sure you like this video, make sure you comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.